Welcome to Up to the Minute. It is Monday afternoon, April the 6th. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we've got Houston Community College news and information and a few fun things in our afternoon show that we'll talk about. Michael Garfield, the high-tech Texan, returns today. Welcome to the show, Michael. And we also are going to be starting now. It's good, man. It's good. We got some cool things we're going to be talking with the high-tech Texan now. But first, I want to start with Benjamin Escobar. And Benji is an HCCTV part-time videographer and production specialist. And he's a filmmaking student at Houston Community College. Welcome to the show, Benji.
Thank you for having me.
Very nice to have you here. I wanted to talk with you. We're going to talk more about you, about what you do for us at HCC. But one of the stories you recently shot is about your parents' place, and you work another job working at your parents' restaurant. Tell me the name of your parents' restaurant, where it's located, and a little bit about
it. So my parents' restaurant is located in the northwest side of Houston by the 290 area, intersection of West Little York and Hollister. We're a small Salvadorian restaurant. We serve like pupusas and the typical Salvadorian food. And the goal for us was just to because a lot of people liked my mom's food at the beginning, and they'd always say, "Hey, you should open up a restaurant. You should open up a restaurant." And then a year ago, actually in March, a year ago, the dream became true, and we opened up a restaurant, and we're doing business now. So.
And what's the name of it again?
Oh, Limenos Restaurant.
Limenos Restaurant. It's El Salvadoran. And as with most of the country, businesses are shut down in many cases, but restaurants are struggling to survive around the Houston area and really across the country as well. And Benji's parents doing everything they can to keep the place open. Tell me how hard this has been on you guys, because you shot a story about it, which is now running in our social media. But this has been very difficult on your family, correct?
Yeah, it has been difficult. We have noticed the sales drop since they put in the stay-home order. Because most people, they did like coming into the restaurant, sitting down, having a meal. But now since they kind of like took took that away, and I just started doing just to-go orders and deliveries. That's what we have to do, and we're also trying to help out and prevent the spread as well. So I mean, it's not a bad idea because it does help prevent the spread of the virus. But at the same time, it's like people are also like scared to come out of their houses, and they're trying to limit themselves trying to go out of their houses. And I guess that's why the sales have dropped.
Have you limited your hours that you guys are open? You are working on a limited schedule right now?
Yeah, we're opening an hour later and closing an hour earlier. So 8 to 8 now.
Are you relying more on the delivery services? Were those a big part of your business plan before, and are they now?
Before we didn't have them. As soon as I heard that order was going to happen, I just rushed into looking for services like DoorDash and Uber Eats and signing up for them. The fastest one that I could sign up for was DoorDash, and we got it. I think like the 2 days after I signed up for it, we got the little tablet and set it up. We've had some orders, but still, we're a small business, and I feel like there's so many options to choose from. It's like, sometimes you're when you're a small business, you're kind of hidden into those web pages, and
Do you have you been relying obviously on your base customers now to keep you guys going? Do you feel like you've seen people who've never come to your restaurant come out just to try to support local businesses, but to try something new? Because right now that's all people can do. Go to the grocery, get what you want, or order out. And a lot of people seem to be ordering. Are y'all getting a lot of first timers?
We are. There is some people they come in and they say, "Hey, we want to support small businesses, and that's what we're here for. Just give me." Technically one of each and every part of the menu. They try out something new and they take it for their family. And we've had some of those customers come back, and they keep on helping us out. And I'm really thankful for that. That they're trying out new businesses and trying out new things, and it makes me really happy.
You're an optimistic guy, Benji. You always have a smile on your face, and you tell great jokes, and you got a pretty good sense of humor. But in all seriousness, this is a pretty serious deal. How are your parents taking it through this? Are they optimistic? Is it a day-by-day thing? How are they making it through this?
We're doing a day by day. We're seeing how it goes. Some days we have the good days and we have a lot of orders come in, and then some days we have them really slow days, and we got to get through it because we do have like employees and do have to provide for their families. So we're also doing it in that standpoint to like help them out with like giving them a job for right now. So yeah, we have a good attitude though, and we're still there. We're opening 8 to 8 every day and providing food for the local community.
Now, a little bit about yourself. You've been with HCCTV for some time now, less than a year, but you're going to Houston Community College. But do you balance, before you worked at HCCTV, were you working for your parents' restaurant a lot and going to school?
Yes, I was. At the beginning, when we started up the business, it was a struggle because I was trying to balance the school and then working at basically your own business, and it was really tough. I did see some grade drop at that time, but I had to like hustle and just get my grades to go back up because I didn't want that GPA to drop.
And you're doing a lot of work for us right now. Before I get to that, first off, all of our students are now doing online learning. How has that been for you, making the transition to all your classes online?
It's pretty great. There's some classes that essentially work online, but there's some of them that that you're getting that hands-on experience. It's not there anymore. It's just basically just watching videos online and how to do something instead of it being hands-on. So I think that's the only thing with some classes, especially with filmmaking. It has to be hands-on, but we're doing what we can for right now while this goes.
Well, one thing you've been doing is making the most out of your time working outside of the studio. And what I like about you and a lot of your coworkers, the students, you guys have learned to figure things out while you're out there on your own, because we've said we want you to produce stories for social media. In your case, I said, hey, Benji, why don't you do a story on your parents' restaurant? You had it ready that night. Are you shooting on your cell phone? Because some people are asking about that. Are you shooting on your cell phone, or do you have cameras that you're using?
No, I'm using my cell phone, and I'm surprised that the video's coming out pretty good. Just a regular iPhone 11 Pro Max with the 3 cameras. So what I like about it is that you can use those 3 cameras to like create 3 different shots instead of having like 3 different cameras at the same time. So it's coming out pretty good.
And what else do you have that you're working on right now? Because I know you've got a couple of other stories that you talked about doing. What are you looking at doing?
We're going to look into making a package for the Ironman marathon that was canceled.
Oh yeah, I heard
featuring Todd. So that's what's coming up next. We'll see what we could do with that. And then every day, all the interns are meeting up every single day from Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. just to like see what ideas we can give each other, anything that they have doubts about. We all talk about it and we help each other out. So that's what's pretty neat.
And for all of you viewing right now, you can watch all of the student stories. We post them on our Houston Community College District Facebook page. We also have them on our YouTube channel. Some of them are sent out on Twitter and things like that. You can watch them all on YouTube or on Facebook, Benji's story included, and his future stories as well. Benjamin Escobar, Benji as we call him. Benji, we appreciate you being here on the show, and we're proud of the work you do. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you.
All right, man. Thanks for being here. Michael Garfield, the high-tech Texan. Welcome to the show again, Michael. And happy Monday to you.
Is it Monday? What year is it actually, if you think about it?
Was there a big difference between Monday and Friday? Does it even matter anymore?
You know what? It really doesn't. If it ends in Y, man, I'm just actually surprised I showered and I did my hair today, but only for you, man, because HCC is watching.
That's right. And you know what? I guess it does matter to the end of the week for you because you always have a show on Saturdays between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. on KPRC 950. And we're on there with you each weekend. I know this past weekend we had Dr. Kurt Ewan on there as well.
He provided some really good information. There's so many students who do, and faculty who, do go and participate with the Houston Community College, the 20 plus different locations you have all over the city. And so to be able to update it in real time, live, talking to Dr. Uwin, who's really running the COVID-19 point for all of HCC, it's great. So he gave us some really good information, including what HCC is doing with quickly taking a lot of their 3D printers, which obviously that's one vocation that you guys offer, and quickly turning it around and making some personal protective equipment for face mask and gear. It's great, heartwarming stories.
It's great. It's a monumental task, and we're proud to be doing that. And that's something that's growing as we speak. It's more details on that every day. You've got some stories. You've been doing a little research over the weekend. You know, before we left the air on Friday, we were talking a bit about Zoom and some security concerns with Zoom. And I'm going to share my screen here so you can see what we got going on. But apparently they're having some issues with that up in New York as well, right?
Yeah, if you think about it, so many people across the world, plus also we've got school systems now are using Zoom, which is the video conferencing system, which has really taken the world by storm. Over 200 million users in the past month or two. But school districts across the country, they're really grappling with how to continue remote education along with all these school closures due to COVID-19. NPR actually called it, and I like this quote. They said, quote, "It's the biggest distance learning experiment in history that we're going through right now." And really the problem is a security issue. People have been tapping into these private Zoom conferences, and they've called it Zoom bombing, kind of like photo bombing. And if you have private conferences like this, you do need to make sure that they are secure. And so they're so bogged down, as you can imagine, with just making sure the servers are up and running. They've sent out the president of Zoom. He's posted this blog a few days ago that they're really trying to get to this issue as much as possible, but they may not even make any updates for 90 days. Point being, the school system of New York City School Department, which is the country's largest online school district, actually school district period, they are now banning, and I use the word banning, the word Zoom. They're turning to a competitor of Zoom. They're turning to Microsoft. It's called Microsoft Team, which allows you to do relatively the same thing for more security. So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, especially since Zoom's grown. I don't think they could have anticipated growing this quickly as this quickly that they've gone, with Zoom. I've lost my audio here. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I got you now, Todd. Gotcha.
Okay, I don't know what happened with that. So yeah, I don't think Zoom could have anticipated growing this quickly. They had about 10 million users a couple of months ago, and now they're up to 200 million.
Yeah, they had about 10 million users, if you can hear me, Todd, about 10.
Yeah,
there
we got
go. Yeah, there you go. They had about 10 million users. They did not anticipate something like this.
Yeah, and it's kind of like what we're going through right now with trying to stream a lot. I'm noticing a lot of bumps in streaming today because everybody's using the internet right now.
Internet is actually slowing down, and we've seen YouTube even take high definition off and make it standard definition. So we're trying to slow down to make sure it's still safe.
So problems with Amazon. Now I noticed this the other day because I went on Amazon to buy something, and it said, at first it says you can deliver to you by Thursday. Then when you go to place your order and actually place your order, it says May the 29th.
Yeah, what you have to ask which Thursday they're going to get it to you. Hopefully it's in 2020, if that. You have Amazon again getting bogged down. They're trying to get essential items to people all around the world. So they're slowing down the non-essential item delivery service. And so if you are having problems of getting your products ordered, you have to remember, there's more than just Amazon. We love Amazon. We love enjoying Amazon Prime, but you also need to know that there are other things. Don't sleep on eBay or even Nextdoor or services like that are actually localized, because they can get to you real quick too.
And I'm noticing also places like anywhere from Banana Republic, the Gap, stores like that, they're offering huge discounts right now and free shipping. So Amazon isn't the only game in town with the free shipping. All right, so let's.
No, you're right. But the local services, Old Navy, but up online. But again, they're dependent on the UPSs and the FedEx of the world, which to my knowledge, anecdotally, they're still relatively on time.
So streaming wars put on hold during quarantines as free content is taking over. We talked a little bit about this last week. We're having a little bit of buffering issues right now. Are you there, Michael? Can you hear me?
No, I got you now. You see the streaming wars. You have to have a good internet connection, like sometimes I do and I don't, to have these streaming work. But the streaming wars, so much bandwidth. What we're finding out is companies like HBO Max, Disney Plus, they want to get money from you. Obviously, there's a fee: $6, $7, $15, or some of these things. But we're finding that people don't have jobs right now. They don't have the disposable income. And if they don't have disposable income, what are we doing? So now we're seeing people turn to TikTok and YouTube and watching videos for free. In the long-term play, it may not be viable for all of these companies to offer all of these services for money. And so these streaming wars may not be a war much anymore because we're finding free alternatives.
Yeah, it's kind of, you were getting to the point where people were getting rid of their cable because you're tired of paying such a high bill. But once you do streaming Disney, streaming this, streaming that, when you're streaming all these services, your cable bills, your streaming bill is going to be just as high as the old cable bill was.
Look, if you get 4 or 5 services now, you're well over $100, $150.
Yeah.
You really got to watch all the product and all the money that you have right now.
They're going to have to figure it out somehow and lower these costs and make it worth signing up with them. Otherwise, somebody's going to come along sooner or later and just start packaging up all these streaming services and we're back to large cable bills.
You're
and it looks like
it's going to be like all these. They're going to package these things together, and it's just going to be very expensive. One note today: a brand new one launched, and let me bring that into the fold. It's called Quibi, Q-U-I-B-I. This is a service that Jeffrey Katzenberg, a very famous, obviously Hollywood, mogul, he just launched with Meg Whitman as the president. They're doing something different. It's a short term for a mobile. So anything you see on Quibi is not going to be more than 5 or 10 minutes. Normally, this was supposed to be launched for the commuters, people who are on a train or on a subway to watch little quick bits. Right now, it's a 90-day free trial. I downloaded this morning. There's some comedy and there's some new content, which is pretty funny, but there's more streaming services coming out on a day-by-day basis. You just need to realize what is good for you. Do you want something that's kind of comfort food for you with your old-fashioned comedies or dramas, or if you want something new? But we're seeing new types of form of content coming out.
And I think, Michael, you hit the nail on the head. We're seeing new types, and we're probably going to see a lot more of them as we move forward because a lot of people are still losing their jobs, and Americans are holding on to their money right now, not wanting to have luxurious expenses, especially on things like cable.
Watch our money right now. Again, as our incomes are slowly dwindling and we're watching money right now, you really have to pare it down. Obviously, I think internet right now is extremely important. Don't forget, sometimes you can go a TV bill because you can get TV, you can get streaming through the internet, you can use communication, you can use video conferences. So now you have to start paring down. Yeah, we've got water, we've got electricity, we've got obviously keep something like that, but now internet is really shooting up the top of the chart.
Michael Garfield, the high-tech Texan, making an appearance again on the show. We appreciate you being here. And, of course, once again, people can listen to you on the radio when? Are you there, Mike? Can you hear me? Michael?
Hit it one more time with that question.
I said you joining us once again. And once again, I want you to give yourself a plug when we can listen to you on the radio. I think we got some connection issues.
You got 5 seconds. Tell me before this thing goes out again. I'm more than happy to answer that question.
I'm just once again, plug when we can hear you on the radio.
Oh, Saturdays, 11 o'clock, 9:50 a.m. KPRC. Around the world on iHeartRadio. Obviously, it's a great opportunity for us to spotlight everything that HCC is doing. Plus also your live Q&A. If you get bored, call. We'd love to actually have you on our radio station, along with all the latest technology updates and everything else. Fun to keep you occupied.
Thanks for joining us today, Michael. We'll see you again soon. All right, Benji, you still there?
Thanks, Tom. I'm still here.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Now, once again, your parents' restaurant is name again?
Menos Restaurant, located in 7718 West Little York, Houston, Texas 77040, intersection of Hollister and West Little York.
Well, I'm going to be there soon, not necessarily today, but I'm going to be coming out there next week, and I want you to let me know what I need to order off the menu. Give me some
Yeah,
good
for
pointers.
sure. I would always recommend the pupusas, which is a traditional national plate of El Salvador. Other than that, I would try something more like the yuca con chicharrón, which is fried yuca root with I guess you would call pork shoulder, but it's fried. So pretty
Chicharrón,
delicious.
I like chicharrón. Yeah, good. I'm good with that. Down with that. Make sure you support local businesses, places like Benji's location. He owned by his parents, and they've been around for a little while, but they certainly need our support. Thanks again for being here, Benji. And thank you for joining us on Up to the Minute. We will see you again tomorrow. I'm Todd Duplantis. Have a great day.